morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Session of Parliament on the way. Government focuses on social justice and self-reliant economy. Upper House meeting held amidst UML obstruction. The main opposition party to continue their protest until their demands are addressed. Vote count on the way across the country. Nepali Congress emerges victorious in majority of the fronts. ICC sends 42-member team to probe alleged war crimes in Ukraine. This is the largest team sent by the criminal court. And Liverpool takes the title race to the final day. City can take lead with a win at Aston Villa. And now the news in detail. The government is set to present the upcoming fiscal year's budget with a vision towards building an independent economy with a focus on social justice and rural development. A report. Laying emphasis on developing socialism-oriented economy, the government has set its policy to generate employment opportunities for youths within the country and increase agricultural yields. Minister for Finance Janata said his while presenting the principles and priorities of budget and program to be included in upcoming fiscal year's appropriation bill during yesterday's House of Representatives meeting. On the occasion, Minister Sharma further noted that the constitutional ideas, parameters and directives including democratic republic, federal governance system, inclusion, socialism-oriented economy have been taken into consideration while formulating the budget proposal. He clarified that the government would focus measures on allocating adequate resources in prioritized sectors, enhancing allocation efficiency for ensuring result-oriented execution of appropriate budget, boosting institutional capacity and maintaining financial discipline. As per the principle and priorities, the government is to focus on proposing budget only in the financially and technically feasible projects and cutting off public spending on unproductive sectors, the minister added. According to the minister, the budget will be pro-people and service-seeker friendly and will be centralized in ensuring smooth public service as well as increasing the use of information technology in service delivery. It will also focus on promoting good governance by checking corruption and irregularities. The priorities are ultimately meant for enhancing public trust towards government, the minister explained. He further said the new budget would put measures for productive economy by improving existing tax system. Focusing would be laid on increasing the share of inland revenue to the national revenue portfolio, Minister Sharma said, adding the budget has set a long-term goal of making tax system sustainable by expanding scope of tax, checking revenue leakage and ensuring further reforms in tax system. Likewise, the policies will be formulated for utilizing public debt in national priority areas, productive sectors and capital formation, and foreign aid will be channelized only towards national priorities and capital formation, the document states. The National Assembly meeting was held on yesterday amid protest by the main opposition party, CP and UML. Soon after the meeting started, UML lawmakers protested by not taking their seats. National Assembly Chair Ganesh Prasad Timalsina gave time to UML's upper house member Devendra Dahal to speak. MP Dahal said that the demands they have been raising since the previous session have not been addressed and informed that the house their protest will continue in this session as well. Despite repeated requests, UML's lawmakers continued protesting and hence NH Chair Timalsina moved ahead with the agenda for the day. The National Assembly observed a minute of silence for the known and unknown martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the cause of democracy and republic. Earlier, at the onset of the meeting, NC Chair Timalsina shared that the details of the letter received from President Bidya Devi Bhandari. The meeting of the Federal Parliament is scheduled to start from 1 p.m. today. The principles and priorities of the appropriation bill will be discussed in today's meeting. Finance Minister Janata has presented the principles and priorities of the budget for the upcoming fiscal year in House of Representatives on Tuesday. There is a constitutional provision that the government should bring the budget on May 29. For this, the Finance Minister has to propose discussion on the principles and priorities of the appropriation bill 15 days prior to the appropriation bill is endorsed. Accordingly, Finance Minister Sharma has submitted a proposal in the meeting. The proposal submitted by Minister Sharma included the priorities of the forthcoming budget. The Ministry of Finance and taking suggestions from various sectors for the preparation of the upcoming budget. The process of counting votes of the recently held local election is underway in most of the places across the country. So far, Nepali Congress has emerged victorious in most of the contested areas, securing an overwhelming 183 seats. UML is distant second with 114 wins, followed by CPN Maoist Center securing victory in 82 local units. CPN Unified Socialist has just secured 6 seats in the local unit, while JSP and Rashtriya Prajatantra Party have won 5 and 1 seats respectively. Among the 6 metropolitan city, independent candidate Balan Shaha has been leading the vote count in Kathmandu metropolis since the beginning. As per the latest update, Shaha has secured 15,803 votes against 8,080 votes by nearest rival Keshav Sthapit of CPN UML. In other 5 metropolitan cities, coalition partners have been leading the vote count. Nepali Congress is ahead in 2 metropolitan cities, while Maoist, JSP and CPN Unified Socialist are ahead in 1 metropolis each. NC is leading in Lalitpur and Biratnagar, while most is ahead in Bharatpur. Likewise, JSP is leading in Birganj and CPN Unified is ahead in Pokhara. This is Janata. Bulletin will be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 18 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the number of active cases of COVID-19 has dropped to 400 after 456 people recovered from the disease. So far, a total of 979,022 people have tested positive for the virus in Nepal, while 966,857 people have already recovered. No new death from the virus was reported yesterday. The death toll from the virus remains constant at 11,951. Nepal is currently among top 65 countries affected by coronavirus. USA tops the list with 84.47 million cases, followed by India with 43.12 confirmed cases. The virus has infected more than 523.77 million people worldwide and has claimed over 6.29 million lives. The chairman of CPN Unified Socialist, Madhav Kumar Nepal, has said that the coalition partners need to review their partnership. Addressing a program organized by CPN Unified Socialist at the party's central office on the occasion of the 29th Madan Ashrit Memorial Day on Tuesday, Chairman Nepal said that the alliance should be reviewed. He further added that his party did worse than expected from the opinion polls. He said that the results of the polls were not as satisfactory as it was expected by the party. He further added that the members of the alliance did not want to cooperate with them. Chairman Nepal requested the leaders and cadres to make the party strong and active among the general public. Senior leader of the ruling CPN Unified Socialist and former Prime Minister Janata has said that the result of the local elections were not enthusiastic. A report. Senior leader of the ruling CPN Unified Socialist Janata has said that the results of the local elections were not encouraging. Speaking to media persons after the House of Representatives meeting on Tuesday, Khanal said that the preliminary result of the local elections were not encouraging. He said that the objectives of forming an alliance was fulfilled. However, he said that the issues regarding moving the alliance forward in the coming days would be discussed and resolved.
गठबन्धन त अब जे उद्देश्यको निम्ति बनेको थियो त्यो उद्देश्य पूर्ति हुँदै गएको छ त्यही हिसाबले गठबन्धनको बारेमा अब कसरी जान्छ भन्ने बारेमा हामी छलफल गरेर टुङ्गो गर्छौँ.
He said that the upcoming budget should be people oriented, and he added that agriculture, industrialization, development of infrastructures, education, and health sectors should be major focus of the forthcoming budget. Former Prime Minister and Member of Parliament of Janata Samajwadi Party, Nepal Dr. Baburam Bhattarai, and the ruling Nepali Congress and CPN Maoist Center have benefited the local election by colluding with each other. Stating that he was against the alliance since the beginning, Bhattarai said that the alliance formed for the local level election has not been successful.
हाम्रो लोकतन्त्र भर्खर हुर्काउँदैछ बच्चाको लेजाखेरि फोहोर गर्छ त्यस्तै अलिअलि फोहोर त हाम्रो पनि छ तर त्यसो भने बच्चा नै खराब भन्नु हुँदैन हैन गठबन्धन चाहिँ को विषयमा त मेरो पहिलेदेखि नै धारणा थियो यो स्थानीय तहका मुद्दाहरू स्थानीय जनतालाई पार्टी नेताहरूलाई थाहा हुन्छ केन्द्रबाट नै गरेर यसलाई टुङ्गो लाउने विषय यो होइन त्यसैले हामीले जुन अलिकति अभ्यास गर्न खोजियो त्यो सफल भएन.
He further added that no one has followed the principle adopted by the coalition. Loktantrik Samajwadi Party MP Lakshman Lal Karna said that the local elections were rigged. They accused the Election Commission of doing nothing even though there were cases of irregularities. He said that there were many cases of investment of money to affect the fairness of the election. And now the news from economic front. Following the inauguration of the Gautam Buddha International Airport by Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba on Monday, all the banking transactions of the airport will be done through Rashtriya Banijya Bank. The bank has started its services at Gautam Buddha International Airport in Bhairava as will conduct all banking transactions. The bank has brought 5 new counters into operation from Monday to provide all the banking services required for the passengers. The bank has set up departure counters, boarding waiting counters, arrival counters, customs and cargo counters inside the airport. From the counters, services seekers can avail foreign exchange service, visa fee payment, customs fee payment, VAT refund, ATM POS services and other banking transactions. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. The International Criminal Court has sent its largest ever team of experts to Ukraine to investigate alleged war crimes since the Russian invasion in February, according to the chief prosecutor of the Hague-based court. Karim Khan said on Tuesday that the 42-member team comprised of investigators, forensic experts and support staff advance our investigations into crimes falling into the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court and provide support to Ukrainian national authorities. The team will improve the gathering of witness testimony, the identification of forensic materials, and help ensure that evidence is collected in a manner that strengthens its admissibility in the future proceeding at the court, he said. Khan thanked the Netherlands, where the court is based, for sending a significant number of Dutch national experts to help the mission. The experts are to interview witnesses, secure and analyze evidence, and support national investigators in securing evidence, as reported by Al Jazeera. In addition, the team is also to work together with France's forensic experts who are already in Ukraine. The work for all those involved in the conflict area must be effectively coordinated according to the prosecution. French President Emmanuel Macron has urged Israel to swiftly complete investigations into the death of the slain Palestinian journalist fatally shot by Israeli forces last week during an Israeli raid in the occupied West Bank. Veteran Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh was shot dead on Wednesday, May 11, in the West Bank city of Jenin while wearing a helmet and a vest that clearly identified her as a member of the press. Israeli forces also attacked the hearse as it carried her body to forcefully remove Palestinian flags from it. The president said that he was moved by the death of Shireen Abu Akleh and reiterated France positioned that a rapid conclusion of the investigation was needed. The French president's office said on Tuesday Israel is conducting to probe into Abu Akleh killing, but United Nations human rights experts and many others have called for an independent investigation, as reported by Al Jazeera. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Liverpool have taken the Premier League title race down to the final day of the season by coming from behind to win at Southampton. Jurgen Klopp's side knew defeat would hand the title to Manchester City, while even a draw would effectively end the challenge because of their inferior goal difference. And it looked as if Liverpool might have a struggle on their hands when Nathan Redmond gave Southampton a 13-minute lead with a curling right foot shot beyond Alisson. Liverpool, with 9 challenges from the side that won the FA Cup by beating Chelsea on penalties at Wembley on Saturday, once again showed their resilience and reserves of strength as Takumi Minamino levelled before half-time with a thumping drive against the club where he spent a spell on loan last season. The pressure built after the break and Liverpool took a deserved lead after 67 minutes when Joel Matip sent an instinctive looping header over Saints keeper Alex McCarthy. City will still remain their title with victory over Aston Villa at Etihad Stadium, but Liverpool have pushed them all the way again and ensured the fight will go down to the wire. Visiting team Uganda defeats host Nepal by 1 wicket in the second match of their Women's T20 series at TU Ground on Tuesday. With this thrilling victory, Uganda lead the 5-match series 2-0. A report. Uganda, who were chasing a target of 102 runs for victory, made the target in 19.5 overs, losing 9 wickets. Rita Musalmani contributed 30 runs of 34 balls for Uganda. Franklin Nazumba also added crucial 19 runs of 28 balls, and Uganda disappointed the home crowd. Uganda needed 10 runs from the last 12 balls. Sabnam Rai gave away 4 runs and took 2 wickets in the last 2 balls of the 19 overs to give Nepal a faint hope of upsetting the visitors. Bindu Rawal caught Nazumba in the first ball of the last over to delight the host. Sarah Abe was run out in the next ball. Nepal then gave away 2 runs in the next 2 balls as Uganda needed 1 more run from the last 2 balls for victory. Much to the disappointment of the home side, Uganda secured the much-needed 1 run in the 5th ball to win the match. Nepal's Sabnam Rai and Kavita Kumar took 2 wickets each, while Sita Rana Magar and Rubina Chetri bagged a wicket each. Earlier, Nepal were invited to bat first at the TU cricket ground after losing the toss and scored 101 runs in the allocated 20 overs, losing 7 wickets. Nepal's opener Bindu Rawal contributed 22 runs off 27 balls. Her innings included 2 boundaries. Uganda's Janet Mabaji took 2 wickets while Evelyn Anpo, Konsi Abbey and Rita Musalmani took a wicket each. Nepal's poor fielding was evident in the second match as well. Nepal had lost the first match by 12 runs. The third match will yield on Thursday. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Session of Parliament underway, government focuses on social justice and self-reliant economy. Upper House meeting held amidst normal obstruction, the main opposition party to continue the protest until the demands are addressed. Vote count underway across the country, Nepali Congress emerges victorious in majority of fronts. ICC sends 42-member team to probe alleged war crimes in Ukraine. This is the largest ever team sent by criminal court. And Liverpool takes the title race to the final day. City can take lead with a win at Aston Villa. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.